Good morning. What am I doing? Woo. I'm watching my iPad fall, and I am attempting to take my drawings that I have on here, like a bunch of them, and put them on Facebook. Because basically I'm trying to sell them, and I've mostly been posting or just really concentrating on Instagram. I frankly find I have found Facebook in the past to be daunting and confusing. Yet I know that a lot of people use Facebook. Well, obviously Facebook came first, right? So a lot of the world has used that for years. I, myself, only started using it this past December. But I'm like, okay, Katie, if you want more people than it fluctuates, like 112 or maybe 111 followers that I have on Instagram, and then, maybe like various other people that pop in. I want more people than that group. And let's be honest, like, of that group, not everybody's gonna, be popping in. Anyway, just more like exposure. So I'm pushing myself to interact a little bit more on Facebook, or at least, do the basics of, well, Katie, if you want to sell your art and you want to try to sell it on Facebook, you do actually need to show it on Facebook. Because people are not psychic, or, is it psychic? Or when you can, like, see, like, if you actually, yeah, I guess that would be psychic. Like, knowing, I don't know what that is, knowing that Katie is trying to sell artwork, but actually, like, you can see it. No, that's not psychic. That's just all-knowing. Like, whatever. That's a really big concept. Okay, not going there right now. Yeah, so just sharing my process here because it's pretty funny. Katie muddling her way through technology. I was saying to my husband Victor the other day, I'm not a technology expert. And I was trying to make that little, it's actually right here, I'm looking at it, Katie Go, original artworks for sale now, to put on my Instagram. And I was using the sketchbook program on my desktop, and it's just, I don't know if probably other people have this sensation too sometimes when you use technology. Of it can be so daunting, and especially those graphics programs, just there's so much potential, for shading and position and type of line, and just on and on and on. Like, it was crazy. I was just trying to make that simple little Katie Go, original artworks for sale now, and I'm like touching buttons, and like moons are appearing, and I'm like it's turning into a different dimension. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to make a simple for sale sign. And anyway, but I was saying to Victor, it's funny how somehow it works out. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm doing this, particularly when I'm doing the art graphics. And yeah, I haven't even entered into it really, for the most part, in terms of like trying to produce a drawing with digital art. It's usually like a moment of desperation, of like, I have to, or I don't know, I have to, or I want to really like get this thing out quick, and which forces me into, okay, I'm gonna just do this. I'm just gonna muddle my way through it. And I actually had the thought um, like total old school thought. Like I used to be a decorative painter when I was in my 20s. I had a small decorative painting business. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to get out my decorative painting boards. I had all these sample boards. I'm like, oh, they're beautiful. And I'll take one of those. And then I can do really nice painted writing. Like, I'm good at that. And I'll just I'll draw it on, like, Katie, go. Original artworks for sale now. And then I'll paint it. And I was just sitting there thinking about me getting out, like lugging, first locating the huge decorative painting samples portfolio, then lugging it out of my closet. I determined it was in the back of my closet with my, I'm still am like kind of, I'm more aware of my back since the back injury. It's doing much better. But considering that, lugging out a big, heavy portfolio, could ask the boys to help me. And then that's a project in itself. And then, getting the poster boards that have been in there for a long time with like house paint on them, getting them apart. Some of them are probably a little stuck together at this point because that was 20 something years ago. Locating my paints, figuring out which board am I going to do, writing the words, figuring out the color, and then, it might not even having the idea of the feeling of, it might not even have the impact that I want. Like, basically, what do I want? I just want to get the message across, and I want the words to be really clear. I'm like, if I paint the words, even if I use black paint on like a light colored painted decorative sample board, it still might not have the impact of just like graphic words produced by a computer program. And and then I just was like, you know what? Screw it. Just Katie, I just let go of that idea completely. And I'm like, okay, that was nice and all, but why would you put so much effort there? Nobody's gonna buy the board that says Katie Go original artworks for sale now. I mean, why put so much effort there, right? Like, I only have so much time here, I only have so much energy. Still have to make my kids dinner, I'm just thinking all these other things. So that is what pushed me, and that generally is what pushes me into, okay, just jump in, just try the computer graphics. And so I did, and it's just like I said, it's so funny. I press a button and it's like there's a moon, and it requires like so much let go and so much just in the moment choice, and just like let go of, oh my gosh, looking at the like color choices, and then like, you can choose squares, or you can choose the little radial thing. And like my husband even like bought me this thing that goes on the desk that you like turn. I don't know how to use it. I'm like, I have it on the desk, I'm turning, it's doing one thing. I like plop it on the screen, I turn, it does a completely different thing. And then I was like, okay, that's for another day. Okay, back to the thing on the screen. Okay, like that color. And it's just, I was like, finally like, okay, like you just have to pick, you have to like block everything else out. Yes, I could do a million shades of green and blue and purple and pink and yellow and orange. And it's like, okay, and we're going to the pink family. And of the 600 shades of pink, that one. And then, the shading thing, like, okay, I could have it like a little to the side, I could have it in the center, I could have it there or there, and we'll go with the center one. And, and then, picking the font. I'm just like I said, I'm doing the most basic little sign, and it requires so many choices. And then I finally get it like done. I did like this radial thing, and I thought it was like color that radiates out. And I thought that it looked on the screen like it filled up the whole page. But then I went to Instagram, like to click okay, where's my image? And like the radial thing was like this big, and then it was just surrounded by black, and I was like, that's clearly not making the impact that I wanted. So then, thank goodness for technology, because I could pretty quickly remedy that situation. And another one of my rambling points here is that, like I know I've said a couple times, like I'm muddling through. And okay, that may be like a little bit of a downer way to say it. I mean, I could be more optimistic and be like, I'm figuring it out. And it is true. I am figuring it out. Like I'm finding my way here with this new age computer world. And sometimes I refer to it, as Victor laughs at me, as like magic. It's like my magic computer. And I just feel like there's like magic forces in that. Yeah, somehow it just magically works out. And it's almost like I have to have faith in the computer. I have to have faith in myself. I have to have faith in the graphics program, and faith that there are other forces that are definitely guiding me and can guide me. And like, I don't have to know how to do it. It's so funny. It's like you don't actually have to know how to do it. You just kind of go, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to quickly produce a little graphic for my Instagram saying I'm selling my original artworks, and then just start moving in that direction. And like, I have my feelings, I have my frustrations, I have my worries that I can't do it, but like that's there. And I know, I have faith. I know somehow you just like go in that direction. You just like hop in and say you want this, and then move in that direction, and somehow it happens. And it's not pretty, and it requires a lot of let go, but somehow it happens. So that is where I am right now too. I'm getting I want to just like post a bunch of artworks quickly on Facebook, so I'm getting creative about it. So one thing I'm good at actually is letting the creative juices flow. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like putting out there, you know what? I just want to very quickly put a whole bunch of artworks on Facebook, just so people that go to Facebook but don't go to Instagram can actually see. Oh, that's what Katie Go artworks look like. And then they just know, and then they have a choice. If they like them, don't like them, want to buy them, don't want to buy them. That is my goal, and that is what I'm going to continue with right now. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Bye.